What up, y'all? This is Mike Jordan, EnsiteNonStop, representing Sacramento, Self-Mastery Project, Tribe of Levi.
Much more.
Let's go.
I've been told that I'm an old soul. It's not that exactly. It's just this world is so cold. You gotta be wise just to have a chance to grow old. It wasn't God's will necessarily, but we made it so. Some say that it was fated. No, I disagree. That's why all the minstrels I see constantly on the TV aren't shit to me. Peep the attrition, see, this is war, and I'm seeing the signs that say that we're in for more. I relate to your position because we're all connected. I expected the love we were blessed with by God would be reflected in life and on mics. And some nights cats say I'm dumb tight. It's just the product of a young life blessed. The manifest truth of past sacrifice, like how my dad did certain things so I wouldn't have to. I'm glad too, cause life is hard enough without repeating past cues. That act is deleting cats like you at a faster rate, depleting. Realize that life is fleeting and precious. That's why y'all pour libations out on steps with 40-ounce bottles of death to remember the ones gone forever in November. The face of winter glares upon the hearts of the wicked. Life is liquid, being hard all the time only erodes you quickest as a result of the heat that you're exposed to. Niggas, I know you. We met in dreams prior to this world of desire, where fire's coming once more with one French force stunts your upward movement. I wonder why my mind is consumed with fear that I go off track and turn the clock back to Daddy Jack. He used to pack 2 pistols with one to reserve. When he got old and his vision blurred, he slept with a shotgun. I wonder where his habits was gotten from hot slums and hotter dirty south backwoods up to the Chicago hoods. Numbers up, always online. Keep a strong mind and revolvers, cause automatics jam at the wrong times. They pity great grand cause of a wild husband, but still he had a daughter who loved him, and traits that rubbed into Pop's character when he was young. Daddy taught my Pops how to shoot a gun. Auntie taught him how to never run. Let them niggas come, throw they screw faces. Just bend down, pretend like you're tying your shoelaces. Grab your roll of pennies and break that fool's jaw in 2 places. And stay quite aware of what your race is. I still do, because it's real true. Some people will kill you. My Pops was an ill dude at my age, filled with rage, born of dreams he was taught not to fulfill. He knew the power of a man's word. If that man had will to kill, is sometimes necessary in the jungle. And for that reason it's necessary to stay humble. The days tumble into years, then to decades. Everything decays except for respect for the grave, which isn't hard for a black man who knows God to recollect. But the way is never set in stone. The Lord gave it to the people of Rome in the form of poems. As it was, it will be. You feel me? I stay strong to honor sacrifices made in the past, so I could be the real me without feeling guilty. M.I.Geezus, killing him, S.A. I see you, dog. Yeah, I'm not trying to be your average rapper, just another one of them cats that chatter. I'd rather incite riots and mass disasters. I'm an act of God, spit facts at frauds. Nah, them claps ain't applause. Out in Cali where kids pack gats in cars and older cats carry straps and bars. I rap with heart like a Valentine's Day's gift. I've been insane on mic since my first purple haze wit. In my element, presence like an elephant on stages. I got rhymes to get paid with, plus styles for free just to slay kids. I'll always be underrated. At first it was a tough act to face, but nowadays I'm okay with it. Y'all ready for some beats? For show, for show. Y'all ready for some lyrics? For show, for show. Y'all ready for a show? For show, for show. What? For show, for show. What? For show, for show. Yo, you're barely believing that you're hearing this fat sound. Defeating crews, battling people cheering in Sacktown. Full of quiet cats who don't talk much, but act loud. A flavor like black stout. You cats might pass out. You must be crazy acting like we're not amazing, cause we're dangerous, even when taken in moderation. The squad you're facing consists of time travelers, transformed to flight mode to massacre rhyme babblers. The shit you started's gonna finish, but you praying harder than a dying Catholic. My impact will split your brain's lobe. The knowledge can rearrange whole personalities. It's logic, even if each verse was full of fallacy. Y'all ready for some beats? For show, for show. Y'all ready for some lyrics? For sure, for sure. Yo, y'all ready for a show? For sure, for sure. What? For sure, for sure. What? For sure, for sure. Yo, it looks like you got a problem, Ace. When I'm on the case, you get your whole mother loving squad erased. It's not as safe as you've apparently concluded. Plenty rude kids through scripts, but split with bruised lips. It's cool to feel this, but unwise to fool with two spit. You gotta bring it from deep inside, like it was mucus. I hawk loogies. So if you need some aid to leave your spot fully blown and talk to me. I internalize when kids internalize words I write once they get past the sins and lies. I'm energized, my locks are like a solar panel. If you were a Roman on fire, you still couldn't hold the candle to the kid that sees the light only when he opens manholes. You know it's factual. If you got a crew, you better go and tattle. Yo, y'all ready for some beats? For sure, for sure. Y'all ready for some lyrics? For sure, for sure. Y'all ready for a show? For sure, for sure. Yo, for sure, for sure. Yo, for sure, for sure. Yo, you ready for some beats? For sure, for sure. You ready for some lyrics? For sure, for sure. Y'all ready for a show? For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, yo. 26 ENS. Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. The story starts before shape coalesced in space, more or less, except not in time as we know it, from a mind that grows with definition and self-expressed as rhythm that's felt, rippling through the emptiness. The divine component of the life we own in this cycle is subjective experience. Awareness, love, joy, pain, fear, stress, beer, sense, the clearness of vision within when near death. It all started from an emanation, from a singularity, iterations of visions and striations into physics and time and space when assembled by our physical senses into this matrix known as quote unquote reality we make in real time. We get so taken in by the meal for our eyes, the sensation dominates what we feel inside. Imagination reveals why and how to break trends. You might be saying Mike J is baked again, and that's okay my friend, just follow the track to where the thought train ends. So when you return to the source that compose the forces torched into this Jordanosis and play the game again, maybe you'll understand a bit of what I'm saying then. Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. Daedalus said just ahead of us is freedom, but his son didn't heed him and headed up instead of forward. The deadliest horrors of heathens didn't touch the carnage concocted by the religions we believe in, Judeo-Christian Islamic divisions, who reigns in a system of bondage to sick men. We stay bond of business cause the trauma is sickening. Ruined brains grow twisted in solving tradition, so knowledge is wisdom. Consumption kills you when you catch it. Cough out your insides to death as you retrip lung tissue. Now it's socially with guns issued to hopeless street urchins in the slums of Mogadishu. A vet strip of illusions built by tongues of rich fools, preaching patriotism, particularly provided private profits, peace for the greatest of them. Burned by bushes, led to the edge by feds who turned and pushed us over. The hell with books and over. Kids love crooked grown-ups and rappers with hot hooks who flow sucks. But so what, you might be asking now? Well, I hate to cramp your sound, but you ought to ask aloud. Are you cashing in or crapping out? Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. Until the day what's real will lay in the beholder's eyes, saying we grow old and die is a lie in a way. Death is an illusion to make us more wise in ways we ponder as we wander life's divine maze. Yo, Yo, it's strange but true that the truth, stranger the fiction, off the brain, the crew in the booth's dangerous diction proves the pain is just friction, derangement and addiction. I'm plain to ensue from the haze and brew, but I say they're just symptoms of a social sickness that chokes and strangles us. Broke the angles, cut the cords and frayed the wires. Say goodbye, your stakes got higher as wages decline for 35 years with nobody noticing. If each quote is fallopian and perception is the open, then inspiration fertilizes them to form ideas, and we mold them, we hold them near. You think we know them, but they grow insincere, so we have to outgrow them like friends. I face this shit like a relationship. I'm not afraid of full hatred. Fate resists the laziness of fatalists, mistaking the creator's graces for a strange trip. Existence in its isness is a state of bliss. Equate scripts to make hits like Face to Fist, but it seems like everything I touch is encased in shit. So I got to wash my hands. Lot of cots and plots and scams, a lot to try to stop my plans in their tracks, cause they think all of us blacks should be squashed like ants. But are we arthropods, rotten thoughts produced by fossil gods, to slaughter like Halo arbitrage? Cause the government and the thugs running and set fuck the public covenant, so we're plummeting quick into an awful mirage. Somebody stop this ride, I wanna get off, please. It's strange but true that the truth, stranger the fiction, off the brain, the crew in the booth's dangerous diction proves the pain is just friction, derangement and addiction. I'm plain to ensue from the haze and brew, but I say they're just symptoms. It's strange but true that the truth, stranger the fiction, off the brain, the crew in the booth's dangerous diction proves the pain is just friction, derangement and addiction. I'm plain to ensue from the haze and brew, but I say they're just symptoms.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of obstacles, not optional. I hop the whole profitable hospital clinic, claiming I absorbed your style. Norcal star, not a gimmick. Prodigal mimic, he claim you suicide like illogical dimwit. I'm not a balloon with this hole. Yes, you're taking pill with the riots and dress and bacon skills. So besides, but less than snake and steel. Teach your practical skills with the rats on Capitol Hill. Peeps have had it with thrills, now they're after them bills. Life's wrestling kills. So girl, hide yourself inside your Gucci bag. Get an asshole for a husband, have kids, or resent the fact that you Gucci sags. That you be mad, or actually you be you.
That's how the beaten felt version in a game of Halo 2v2.
And y'all like Scooby-Doo chasing Scooby snacks. I heard an angel gets her wings every time her booty claps. The world's full of rapping stargazers. Where you at with my crew with a massive large laser? Heard kids go to school to get their acting hard majors. I pity the fool that tries to act as our savior. If you wanna hit up PSFU, get back at our pager.
It's strange but true that the truth, stranger the fiction, off the brain, the crew in the booth's dangerous diction proves the pain is just friction, derangement and addiction. I'm claiming to ensue from the haze and brew, but I say they're just symptoms. It's strange but true that the truth, stranger the fiction, off the brain, the crew in the booth's dangerous diction proves the haze is just fiction, derangement and addiction. I'm claiming to ensue from the haze and brew, but I say they're just symptoms.
Yo, strange days and times, exciting to be alive. Witness the systematic destruction of our whole way of life. Pick the proper poison, sweet sips of self-destruction. Place the sacrificial offering on the altar, so we gut them. Warlords cast judgment of victors' justice. Wholesale corruptions of business practice. Vital information sucked up in the sea of bullshit. Preachers pacify the people and push submission from the pulpit. Nobody gives a fuck, man, we'd rather get high and stay chasing after pussy till the day that we die. Born in debt, 30,000 from your first breath of air. Sometimes I catch myself thinking, why the fuck should I care? But if apathy takes over, it's game over right there. So as long as I'm conscious, I'll strive to stay aware.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. This message must be read in every newspaper, heard on every radio, seen on every television. This message must resound throughout the entire interlink. I want this country to realize that we stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos.
I run with heavyweights, built with a common trait. The transformation of Sacramento to elevate. Make paper to fold it like origami cranes. Built from the bottom, but now we flying like aeroplanes. The combination of people going against the grain. Not a fluke, a combination of the illest names. Surrounded by other people that really want to change. We got the round table distributing all the claims.
TPR in a crew, it's infantry and special forces. War swordsmen, Roman, samurai, shogun, pack of wild wolves. Rolling the streets, working the feed, struggle to twerk the circuitry. When we're the murder, the beat in the first degree. Sweet M.I.Geezus, know it's TPR, chemically infecting your regions. With West Nile lyricists who perfected the method of mercilessly beating the spirit out of your flesh. Why not? With the questions like, if you don't believe the government and you know their mind, then why do you believe in the mind jobs?
I rhyme shockingly, let's stop the sweet garbage, please. Your top 50 pop for kiddies, you are not the streets. Streets is paying bills and dues at the same time. Staying ill and true, saying insane rhymes. What's really cool is getting love, not paying shine. So play your part, you ain't Braveheart. You say it raves hard, you set up Helen Keller's gate off. My 8 bars are cold bottle drop by crazy gods. Zip your lips before you get your clip ripped like graveyard.
This privilege, resurrecting tombs, powerful remnants. Through planet rock turns, paying reverence. Testaments, pure refreshments, tenants, plotting restless. Tested protesters, release the potent records. Thoughts projected, requested. Taught perspective, respected. Terror process, redirected. Toxic politics, retreat. The people's revolution.
Yo, I'm bright, I like the love about the serious. Get glued to this like Elmo. Grasp lyrical laters like my tribe is blessed. 2,000 ciphers till Omega to savor the moments of destruction, creating the function, sir, with the native tongues that haven't been heard since the day our Lord and Savior's blood has been burned. Inhale this shit, I spit like thick sacks of birds, and kicking all the everything else to the curb.
Sinners and camo don't go together like rock stars on piano. I don't like cigars with candles with flannel with shit ammo. They call me Hazel Saturn, I travel a trillion miles. There's a billion patterns, rip you with a million different styles. Size don't matter, mind over matter, natural disaster, hurricane. Slur and slang, bring the pain to you bastards. Faster than light, snatch the mic, piss on you whack rappers. With 6 to rap ladders, attack you without backup. Smack up your staff and supporting cast of actors. Crack your back and have you pack your bags the morning after. The cipher don't get captured, we'll feed you firecrackers. Then in your girl's vagina, I'll slide in without the magnums. Toe tagging John Doe's from the west coast to Manhattan. Subtract the population, adding you inside a casket. Mahtie Bush, Mike Jordan, Bru Lei is on the track, and we smashing everything in every shape, form, and fashion.
I hand back the anthrax, so stand back. I put a stop to you blood like a Tampax. I'ma ransack the track, you lack lyrics. Your song vibrates and I still can't feel it. Roll down your window and bump at full speed. You might know the alphabet, but you ain't a G. See me, I'm B. I shoot beyond the arc, and you drink 2-buck chuck at Peachtree Park. I roll around town with a spike bat and a fade. I hang out with dreadlock drunks in a purple haze. Bug out on tracks like E-tards at a rave, and I chill with Vietnam veterans at their grave. Sac City is the place, Mr. Marv is in your face. Don't make me have to push you to the side like drapes. No matter what you say, motherfucker, you just harmless. And I go dumb like drunk blondes at City College.
I ain't got time to spell it out for dummies, I got math to do. I let you bust the shell on my tummy and spit the bullet back at you. I got your brow with a face in my lap bobbing like McAdoo. When I smoke the whole sack like Bru, who's acting crude. I make Bru boys say thank you and please. I'm straight diseased, I make your seeds grab hankies and wheat. Basically, I'm like a waiter or a maitre d', and I just made you take a seat and gave you a plate to eat. Now that's service. I craft these shits for masochists, acting like they're rapping swift, but they plans ain't slick. You absurd dicks get smacked up quick for stolen scripts. This is it. Is Mike Jordan gonna have to choke a bitch? You saying nope, but if you ain't paying homage, then sew your lips, cause I serve suckers like process summons and notices. Told you twits not to test till you grow some wits. We got the coldest spit, so approach and get frozen stiff. Mike Jordan, Mahtie Bush, Bru Lei. To MCs, it's sorta like a horror movie. Who'll be the next up to press the luck and get slaughtered? And we all should rock helmets cause we're fucking retarded. Mike Jordan, Mahtie Bush, Bru Lei. To MCs, it's sorta like a horror movie. Who'll be the next up to press the luck and get slaughtered? And we all should rock helmets cause we're fucking retarded. Super Smash Brothers.
Mom goes to college.
You know you done fucked up, right?
Life is like a pilgrimage through the desert and the open sea. All of us hoping we can scope and see, and even though we know we'll fail, it's still worth it. The search for the Holy Grail. When I was still just a young squad, there was this legend I heard that stood out among the dragons and the edges of swords. About an ancient relic so many you're gone to hell with. Frustration full, but I wanted it so bad that I could smell it. It was crazy, it was like it wanted me back. It reached out to my young mind and established contact. Everything had gone black, I fallen back and passed out. And had a vision of a man throwing a stone at a glass house. And it bothered me, the image gnawed me for years. But in that time I faced down many of my fears and final fights. Cause I'm a knight now, never forget you could die tonight, any day of the week. And as the days streaked, years blurring, I never forgot the vision, and that what I must seek was certain. So when I thought I was ready, I set out thinking hungrily how dumb of me, but I didn't know I was just 23. Yo, Life is like a pilgrimage through the desert and the open sea. All of us hoping we can scope and see. And even though we know we'll fail, it's still worth it. The search for the Holy Grail. What I was looking for was hard to describe. A few people managed to touch it, but none had survived. And that was after barely staying alive. To get to that point, I was riding on the back of a loaded camel, rolling a fat joint in a banana leaf with my other hand beneath my cloak, resting on my katana sheath. Me and my camel stand beneath the obelisk, designed to align with the solar system once every 9 years. The time I'm here, I know the wisdom of the elders advises against my quest because it's just doomed to failure. But honestly, I don't care. I never wanted anything else. Sometimes a man just has to live with this death sentence himself, though he's scared. And the monument decoded the stars arrangement, which told me where I needed to go to gain the chance to claim my prize. And like a fool, I looked outside for where danger lies as I grabbed the reins to ride. Life is like a pilgrimage through the desert and the open sea. All of us hoping we can scope and see. And even though we know we'll fail, it's still worth it. The search for the Holy Grail. I arrived at a cave bathed in darkness, ready to take my target, but wait, it's just the bait that marks get enticed to this place with. Or you stepped out with a face just like mine, same height, weight, skills, and duration of lifetime. But the light that shined from his eyes was cold and distant. I knew that he was my mortal foe in an instant. My reflection, he'd come from the opposite direction, the east, while I was still questing from the western beach. My doppelganger's thoughts and angers radiate for every love, accolade, and grace I received. All he'd see was indifference and hate, and us meeting in this place is just fate, a destiny, testing me. What will happen? Let's just see. I can feel he wants my life, my mind, my belief. Whatever I was playing at before, now it's time to be. And that's deeper than Leviathan, facing my dark side within. But I ain't playing out this fight with a pen. Life is like a pilgrimage through the desert and the open sea. All of us hoping we can scope and see. And even though we'll know we'll fail, it's still worth it. The search for the Holy Grail. Yo, we encircle each other for what seemed like an eternity. I can feel his eyes upon me, seeing what he could learn from me, from my stance and demeanor. But something about how his glance at me lingered made me unclasp these fingers from my weapon. And as he rushed in for the kill, I stood still, though my mind screamed, get to stepping. But I accepted up front that I could die tonight. I strive to use divine insight to rise above the fight or flight responses. My own face twisted with hate raced towards me with sword raised. I opened my arms to embrace. Then I woke up in a state of enlightenment, back in my living room on a normal night, tripping off what might have been.
EnsiteNonStop, do you copy? I just entered the Vitalicon lobby. I'm coming in the front cause the roof was unlocked. We only got a few, I'll make sure it's not sloppy.
Okay, I'm out my body and I'm waiting in cyberspace. It's no time to waste and it'd be whack to get my mind erased. So find a place to jack in the hard mind interface so we can grab the information in this place and then skate.
Wait, there's more cameras than I expected. Let me scan the room to ensure we haven't been detected. I'm headed to the men's room to get my thoughts collected. Then I'll approach the elevator. What floor am I selecting?
It's sub-basement 7. Give me a second, I'll turn off the locks and watch out, cause it's a rent-a-cop at 6 o'clock. But don't sweat their surveillance. That system's not a black box, so I got the image frozen like a broken watch.
Roger. I peeped the rent-a-cop, but he's distracted cause he spilled some coffee on his crotch. I'm headed to the elevator, it's about to stop. Doors open, now I'm waiting for it to drop.
Okay, hold up, this is not what should be happening. You better switch spots, shit, I got to go. And you're on your own for now, cause I gotta hold down this node. But my position's been exposed, yo, it's going down, bro.
Shit, man, I knew this was too easy. I'll slide down the shaft before some sucker sees me. I'm on top now, stuck between subs 2 and 3. I'll slide into the vent, I think it should hold a human being.
Moving through the screen, trying to evade the firewall. Hacker countermeasure designed to make my mind dissolve. But I rewrite the clause in a code that caused them to know which programs are foes. Upload, then I'm gone.
Moving on, I just reached my destination. Sub-basement 7, the mainframe is awaiting. I'm posted beneath the desk now, I gotta remain patient. I spotted the key holder, a beautiful but deadly agent.
And I'm being chased again, but while they're on my ghost trail, I recompose myself as a text file and send my host mail.
I'm locked in my position, this calls for hand-to-hand. My weapon's insufficient, I've been spotted by her henchmen.
I haven't got a lot of influence on the system. It's responding dynamically, switching its numerical listing in the network. And I gotta set the data transmission to burst the instant that Fifth gets in the room and plugs that bitch in. And I'm too busy trying to save my own skin to even pitch in.
First henchman has hit the ground. My clenched fists and footwork has got him sleeping sound. The second was better, I easily beat him down. I needed a warm up, I'm glad she had these clowns. Now it's just her and I. She twirls through the air like a bat. She's in the sky, landing on my shoulders and tries to smash me with her thighs. I slam her to the surface with hopes to break her spine, but she's back to her feet before I can blink my eyes, and drives at me with left rights. I take flight, blocking the barrage. I notice that she's reaching for a knife. If I don't react fast, this chicken in my life. So I kick at her palm and plot a pressure point to strike. So I set with the right and bring a foot to her side. Puma strike to her throat, she falls and I fly. Drop a knee to her neck before she can get up. Force her to give up the keys and leave her with blood to spit up.
Damn, I really might get touched. I don't think I've ever been this close before. For years, me and Fist faces graced police poster boards ever since we chose to go to war, to force the overlords to release information me and my peeps should know, cause for 100 years now, nothing new went to the public domain. It's disgusting, we had to do something. Once again, I shun my fears, even though I'm scared I'm slowing down. The master hacker whiz kid, but I'm getting older now, sipping lower brows when I'm not going out into the ocean of O's and ones with some corporate louse. Store the how, 2 steps to cultivate plants and soil that's now contaminated like human hearts. As for this play, I do my part, my movements start. Imagination keeps me out of harm's way, but I'm screwed if I'm caught. Believe it or not, they deleted all our thoughts already and stole our memories. I haven't got a lot. Honestly, I don't even know how I was taught the art of information liberation, but I sure as shit ain't hating. The signal came in, I guess Fifth is finished playing.
Don't worry, Insight, they won't get you. I tapped the mainframe, now it's time to move to phase 2. We'll get our memories back, the people will all thank you. My work is finished here, I just need an escape route.
So stay tuned. This is TPR Anime, dude.
Major belief. The universe is made of numbers. Major contribution. The golden ratio. Best represented geometrically. The golden rectangle. Visually, there exists gracefully equilibrium between the shapes and width. When it's squared, it leaves a smaller golden rectangle behind with the same unique ratio. The squaring can continue smaller and smaller to infinity.
My thoughts like computers from unordered reports, sorted histories, names, events, attacks, contracts, the cause of what's a coincidence, which is definition coinciding, cultivating experience before deciding, applying logic, research sources, multiplying forces, writing verses like special reports, proletarian journalists, burning a course, endorse a metamorphosis of sorts before Babylon falls. I ain't mad no more, I'm just a passionate sort about these so-called reasons of war, media horse, leaders leading you wrong, Iraq, Vietnam, microchips in the CD, your palm drafts being enforced. I believe for the cause, but y'all stay concerned on who swings at the source of wars and who's beefing, who ain't hot no more. While the block is locked with the law, I'm trying to have conversations with your brain, but the wide tap maybe drop the call. And I got full bars like clubs on Friday nights on boulevards full of Los Angeles and fools who think they hard, foolish facades. Life reveals the mirages of the dark, dear God. I feel my time in hell is well spent. Drain my mind, gave the strength to a warrior sense. And in a sense, I said it above the pestilence and learned the value in the essence of the presence of men. Come on, I feel my time in hell is well spent. Drain my mind, gave the strength to a warrior sense. And in a sense, I said it above the pestilence and learned the value of the essence of the presence of men.
A slave and still paid well. Can't you see your values are all in grayscale? We cave dwellers drenched in purple haze smells. Dank stench, get your ranks pinched, playing games with cheetahs. Every sense is propels believers versus infidels. Get your hate on. Living in hell is not a future that I wanna trade on. Cashing my put options like September the 10th. Cause who's watching? Created events took shock and prominence to put frauds in office. Are bombs really God's politics? Ominous plots to omnibus. As we all look up at the cumulonimbus, cumulatively injured. The clinch is conclusively constructed, budded with growing beats. Befuddled, confused, can see the news misconstrues the clues to read the cues. No matter
matter what the teleprompter says like Ron Burgundy. So fuck you, I wasn't felt by the hatters till they went mad off the mercury. It doesn't matter, I guess, just stress merge grief that you try to contain in your slight little frame. But bursts it seems like a curve, but leave objections unstated like concealed objectives. The secrets of blue and red shift is a muse prophetic. Truth is strange in the fiction like how Bruce diuretic. It's paradoxical, but if you try you'll get it, though it takes thought control. Plots grow, adopted goals to rot and co-opt our flows. Rots, gold, props and souls, a whole lot got bought and sold. To infinity. To infinity. To infinity. To infinity. To infinity. Infinity. To infinity.
Yeah. S&P. EnsiteNonStop. 7 times. Yeah. Truthfully, the future we see is usually where we used to be. That's why we're implored to return to the source. Movie screens are any more illusory than human beings, yet we're too scared to explore or relearn the force. The roots of greed line that dichotomized you and me. That's why folks who got fours think they deserve a Porsche. Who can be super clean and live beautifully and still pollute the outdoors in the oversized hearse? The price of gasoline is moving $2 to $3 per gallon, so we go overseas just to instigate wars. But the Lord moves through me, cause I'm a true MC, so I fluently spit these words to eliminate frauds. They say moonbeams inspire lunacy, so you will see my equinox getting props while we denigrate yours. Discovery is merely memory, we just pretend to be original when really everything has been here before. Apply my pen in these words, I'm mightier than Excalibur. Wordplay like swordplay, smash melons like Gallagher. Past felons and battlers, backpackers and mad rappers. Facts matter but truth don't need proof to back it up. Apply my pen in these words, I'm mightier than Excalibur. Wordplay like swordplay, smash melons like Gallagher. Past felons and battlers, backpackers and mad rappers. Facts matter but truth don't need proof to back it up. And that's how it was, that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. That's how it was, that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. That's how it was, that's how it is, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it was, that's how it is, that's how it's gonna be. SMP, Self-Mastery Project. They say to each his own, my speech is grown past what teachers known. Seeds are sown but not perceived to learn. Seeking thrones leads to leaking domes. Leak deep in creeps and clones. Freaks and drones, so my beats and poems screech and groan. They need a home. Release your form like being stoned. Feast on corn, cheese and porn. Believe the norm, TV is shown. Sheep are being shorn. The breed with horns on streets of California, Cali. We are born in valleys and peaks to roam until we decompose. Revenge wreaked on foes. We sleep in reeking clothes on streets where fleets repose. Unique suppose we speak in codes the beast don't know. Chief and bows are free at shows. This is hopping, we are told, just so people know. S&P, freaky like chicks that drink loads. Sleep and you receive the chode. Yeah, apply my pen in these words, I'm mightier than Excalibur. Wordplay like swordplay, smash melons like Gallagher. Past felons and battlers, backpackers and mad rappers. Facts matter, but you don't need proof to back it up. Apply my pen in my words, I'm mightier than Excalibur. Wordplay like swordplay, smash melons like Gallagher. Past felons and battlers, backpackers and mad rappers. Facts matter, but truth don't need proof to back it up. That's how it was, that's how it was, that's how it is, that's how it is, that's how it's gonna be, how it's gonna be. S&P, that's how it was, that's how it was, that's how it is, that's how it's gonna be. Yo, it was all about a yin ting when we started, but I'm not heartless cause I know I'm facing somebody's daughter. Now my space is feeling smaller. The last thing I'm thinking of is kneeling at an altar, but I'm still feeling her, so I call her just to hang out. Sure, we do our thing, no doubt, but it's strange how we changed our route. Right when I'm thinking that it's cool, all this bull come out of her mouth and mash up my nice china display. I didn't fight it when I saw I might wind up this way, but exactly how the kindness I display creates an expectation in a dime that I'll say I love you when I want you in my life always escapes me. Still I let these dimes take me on these roller coasters. If you really love me, then why you wanna break me? Damn, I like you, but I'm saying
it's rarely shown, it's deeply honed, it's gonna come out soon. I only know where I need to go. Step back and give me room, room. myself to get lost, nonchalant, because and yelling, and I'm the only one who's dwelling. Am I strong enough to throw stones, but not strong enough to get down? Feeling like a failure. I need some inspiration, some sanctification, some purification, multi-definition in my life's expression. I need some place to rest on, I need some place to call home. It's rarely shown, it's deeply home, it's gonna come out soon. I only know where I need to go, step back and give me room.
They wanna call me psychotic, hardcore criminal, lyrical convict, put competition in critical, fill my cup of cognac, now I'm ready for combat, up against these record labels with these fake ass contracts, murder or contact, keep a concealed weapon close, take precaution with flossing and creeping through the west coast, campaigning across the country but I'm far from commercial, won't stop until my name is worldwide universal.
It's rarely shown, it's deeply honed, it's gonna come out soon. I only know where I need to go, step back and give me room. It's rarely shown, it's deeply honed, it's gonna come out soon. I only know where I need to go, step back and give me room. Give me my to stay. I swear that I ain't going nowhere. So now that I'm here, I am here to stay. I swear that I ain't going nowhere. Give me my room.
Agustus on the beat. Lost Tribe. This cacophonous chorus, held hostage by forces that we concocted to service. Whether it's our senses, central intelligence, or secret service, we stay silent when we should speak and seek absurd shit.
Struggling during life, although I'm happy inside, cause the man's got me down, take my money and my pride, and make it hard to catch up, though I try to do what's right. It seems that everything involving just only come when fights are placed in front of us to confront who we are when labeled middle class, rich or broke. It's nothing smart, the fact that really matters is it doesn't make us equal. We're not unity, not life, but mainly darkness in most people. We fight amongst the ranks to try to get ahead, but if our fighting skills aren't up to par, then we're left for dead. But part doesn't see all the work that we put in here, and part doesn't see the misery of insincere flaming bombs are coming down that you make us buy, that we don't want to support. There's no truth within those lies, and I've seen too many detrimental things to make us cry. But watch who you spark when there's fire in their eyes, cause we'll start a revolution if it comes down to the love that we share with those around us when push comes to shove. Cause you taught us to fight back since the day we were born, but where you seem to go wrong is the right we're fighting for.
This cacophonous chorus, held hostage by forces that we concocted to service. Whether it's our senses, central intelligence, or secret service, we stay silent when we should speak and seek absurd shit. This cacophonous chorus, held hostage by forces that we concocted to service. Whether it's our senses, central intelligence, or secret service, we stay silent when we should speak and seek absurd shit. You've been praying because you've been praying every day, peering over the railing and the way down seems so deep you can't see the bottom, so failing is not an option, even though the curtain's dropping any day now. Close your play down, your soul continues to grow after your body lays down. Hopefully it wasn't sold to make piles of worthless stuff, convince people are poor just because they didn't work enough. But where are the jobs? You're smirking but you're scared you get robbed, to get mobbed on some kids on the dare, or take off some scary looking essay. But the ones you let get away you applaud, because they've infiltrated government and clergy. Disgustingly unworthy, I discovered this early. Let's uncover the dirt, please. Media besmirch MC's names for carrying guns, but these days police pay
must not be high enough to close a rap murder beef case. So please take a rest with all of that mess you like to speak and say. It just arrests our progress with greed and hate, starting with selected groups. Who ends up dead? The youth. It's pathetic how troops resemble cops and vice versa. Vice murder, sentence life service, snipers in high rises, making life short alive from Serbia to Big Sur. If you're disturbed by big words, then how can you possibly understand a big plan? This cacophonous chorus, held hostage by forces that we concocted to service, whether it's our senses, central intelligence, or secret service. We stay silent when we should speak and seek absurd shit. This cacophonous chorus, held hostage by forces that we concocted to service, whether it's our senses, central intelligence, or secret service. We stay silent when we should speak and seek absurd shit.
Dedicated to the wrong one. Sometimes I ask why I had to be such a nice guy. It gets to the point where you're like, fuck, why try? Don't get it wrong, I used to be foul and change the ways, but it gets old when you know you're gonna get shitted on. And I'm not asking if we all can get along, cause we can. But does love only exist in songs? Supposedly it's special when it appears between two people, but then fear rears its head to do evil to your sky castles and clouds. Why hassle a proud man shouldn't have to beg just to be their friend when you supposedly love him? But then again, I guess when all of the men that you knew before were weak in terms of self-knowledge, then you can't help but sleep. But this ain't healthy for me, so tell me, what's a friend? What's so special? What's the difference between making love and just busting nuts? I felt that way, but as it turned out, I had hell to pay when everything that I thought you and I had fell away. So I guess this is a love song.
This is a love song. This is a you song.
Let me explain it so kids won't think I'm brainless. I don't expect human experience to be painless, but love is some strange shit that puts you through changes you can't really explain with language. So let's digress for a sec and talk about time and how it always seems to leave my life wrecked and my mind stressed. I see love as something you can work with if you have a sense of purpose. There's never a time when things are perfect, but I guess that my views are worthless, cause it's like every earth flips on some now's not the right time. Like any of us know the length of our lifelines. Fuck, isn't love worth it? Now's the only time we really ever have it. Part of me feels destined to be forever sad, burned by dips, cause my skull's too thick to learn that. Quote unquote, love is a crook with my mind in its knapsack. It would be easier to backtrack and just follow my dick, cause when I picture every girl I ever loved, I see them laugh at my foolishness. My notions that you can kiss this elixir, a life together when they were just like whatever. This is a love song.
This is a love song. This is a you song. This is a wise song. This is a true song.
It's funny how hope works. It enables you to go forth and abandon what you know works for the sake of something higher. Motherfuckers are frontin' liars, and I don't mean males. It's not even the screaming females that shows, because a girl who plays the role of a hoe at least knows what she's after. I mean the good girls who tend to capture your soul, lift you up like the rapture, then lo and behold they drop you. The laughter grew every inch I got closer to the ground. No closure, so you're drowning in your own emotions, groping your way through the dark, hoping that a light will touch you again. Dreams of life that we rush to, but then reach walls and find you lacks the courage to bust through. I was silly enough to trust you. Really it's like mushrooms, my vision got twisted. I'm glad I grew up as a misfit, so the pain takes me down the path of a mystic instead of picking up a biscuit and looking for the next Captain Twisted. Girls got a slickness I can't explain, slip sickness to a brain caught in ridiculous images of loving kisses. The difference in life is like doves and pigeons. One's idealized, the others grimy when realized, cause 99% of women don't really want real guys. So where's the love?
This is a love song. This is a you song. This is a wise song. This is a true song.
Yeah, Mike Abilities, TPR, Neighborhood Watch. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as a light and dark battle. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark battle. Lately I've been trying to find myself, and sometimes it feels like I'm standing right behind myself, so I can see disaster coming, but my shouts to start running, staying heard. If I could just say one word, I can come to curb the dumb blurs. The 30-second sound bites that fragment thoughts and got shot grounded. White folks wound tight and heads act like it's safe underground. Right, I know cats down snipe before they found light. And right now life could use a lighthouse. I wish that I could stand outside of time with a jar of white out. And when I look around I see things swirling through the air like we're all caught in a whirlwind twirling. My ears ring with the blood curdling screams of thousands of voices. I close my eyes to see the faces and the choices that led to their closure. Toy soldiers trying to get over in the cold wars, getting a cold shoulder. Cause it's a cold world. We just weren't meant for each other, like me and my old girl. It's mathematics like how gold leads to pearl necklaces, pulling into milk and puddles on pillows. But the invisible hands holding a dildo. For real bro, it's ill, so the chill cold can get you killed slow. So feel bold, take the heat, help the older folks who take the streets. Grab both ends and make them meet. Yo, reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark path. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark path. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark battle.
They say every good thing must come to an end. At least I know what to expect when the next begins. I feel blessed when I collect checks and stress is thin. Not often problems compound like lecithin. Aggressive when I'm stressed to the edge and bend. The sex is sins, women extra estrogen. Regardless of hormones, I don't condone drones. Trying to hone into my skills and hoping we could build chill. Maybe I'm real or really I'm just insecure. It's up to you to choose, but I'ma spit it pure. Sure as a microphone, I'm likely to zone. When I'm alone, I don't call nobody cause I don't like the phone. I'm far more ornery than horny. See, I ought to be on the top list of the rawest MCs. Drop your fist if you ain't seeing the movement. Neighborhood watch on a solo tip, I'm doing it.
Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark path. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark path. Reflecting on the stress and circumstances and certain dances that we do with our shadows as the light and dark battle. Can that special person look in your eyes and say they love you, knowing that they telling you lies? Why do girls complain about us running game when really it's the game that they're running on guys? Why do they blow your cabbage and make you feel guilty for feeling sadness? It's type savage. Why? How can a smile haunt me in my emptiness when she swore that she would always want me? And how could I believe it? And why do these dips run from love if they need it? Why do so many not know how to receive it? How can heartfelt compliments that seem like common sense to me somehow become ominous to she? Why can't she see what she means to me? Why cling to me if she plans on leaving me? Why? How long can I keep going through this? Feeling foolish, looking clueless because of my belief that love is where the truth is. And why is love so ruthless? How can I feel so secure then suddenly adrift feeling rootless? And where's the truth? Where's it located? Why is romance supposedly so great if it leaves you feeling wasted? It's overrated, but why can't I face it? And where does that leave me? How can I break cleanly when I can't forget what she means to me? Who's the author and who's the audience? And why is it so hard for me to see the obvious? And if love is godliness, then why is it quick to fade? When will the dip really reciprocate? Is it really fate to never find a way to situate with a mate? Is it the way I have to undertake that frustrates and generates hate for the whole mess? And how is it that after years of relationships I seem to know less than when I started out? What is a heart about? Is it something to be broken or something to be open? And what effect does hoping have? Why do sweet nothings turn to curses? If the highest purpose of man is to act in the service of another, then why am I such a nervous brother? Is it even worth it to love her? What do I hope to discover? That's HowsEnWise.
God. Mahtie Bush, good looking out on the beat, nigga. Watch how I clap him to Clapton. Check it. You suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a bang it. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. You suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a bang it. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. I don't care about whom you're fictionally airing out. I don't care if you carry cash and you talk very loud. I don't care about your raps because you're barely about anything, speaking on many things that weren't carried out. Fuck around and you'll get carried out like a plan buried out in the sands after committing Harry carry out. You bitch made kids misplayed your hands. Your fam asking which way you ran. Such an amateurish display, you disgrace to your clan. Crack a can and get shit faced. Sick cause your bitch loves my piss taste. It gives away the clam for a ham sandwich. Upset cause you're black and she's white and your kid is half Spanish. You ain't bad, you just act managed. Without a gat, your hands limp. What kind of pimp only slaps his own dick? Work construction once and now you wanna rap about bricks? You ain't know about no weight except for gym class lifts. Yo, you suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a banger. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a banger. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. Unless you're working factory shifts, filling cans of Pringles, then you're fibbing on your singles cause you don't stack chips. We in the same spots on the same nights. Half the time that bad bitch you glad to get already had my kids for dessert with a smile and a slur. So I smirks cause you ain't know she licked my ass when you shared that last kiss. Your persona's fake as Borat is, but the role your planes played out. We don't need any more of that shit. Platinum rappers that write like first graders suck. Corrupt cops and crooked courts that probaters suck. If you lied to bomb Iraq off the map, then you suck. Didn't cap your mushroom and caught the clap, that sucks. Kids is hungry in the richest country cause we suck. Real life supervillains living off tax money suck. You said you had my back, now you act funny, you suck. You punks are lucky I'm no thug, I'll be fucking you up. Yo, you suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a banger. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. You suck. I don't know how to make it plainer. You suck. I feel like I gotta vent my anger. You suck. It takes more than a beat to make a banger. If your mama was broke, she should've used a coat hanger. You fucking suck. Fucking asshole, punk ass, transforming ass, side buster ass, motherfucking sissy ass, sit down on the toilet to piss ass niggas. Fuck you all.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's your boy, Old Ghost.
Woodstock on the beat, motherfucker.
It's another Super Smash Brothers hit. Mahtie Bush, Mike Jordan. 16 bars. I got a great one.
Kill 'em, Ghost.
We the great ones, yo. The generals in house. Come on. Come on, my crew synonymous with dominance. We modulate through your monitors. Marvelous, monster, monologue, paramilitary, guerrilla carrying a V for vendetta. Remember the 5th of November, that's a birthday. True to life, laid out of the wordplay. Concrete, rock steady on beat. Somebody stop me. If I keep writing, you'll be likely to hear God speak. I rob zombies, immense in all your Maryland. Sick like spring and text into the crowds. Let a Christmas caroling and I'm staring at an arrow when you know I'm the excellent archer. You're like half of the cast of The Departed. Dead rats, catch a bird and lead right through your Burberry garments. Your head collapse upon impact, impale like a reenactment of the Omen. Omen, there he goes again. Old Ghost is zoning in. Fuck a pistol, I pull explosives on opponents and post up like the BATF out in Oklahoma and then run up on the spot looking all mad, heroic. Come on, I got a great one, great one. I got a great one, great one. 16 bars, it's a massacre. Sacramento on the map, sir. I got a great one, great one. Super Smash Brothers. Yeah. I got a great one. 16 bars. Get him, Mike Jordan.
Yo, I'm massacre masochist. Bastards ain't bad as this. Mash up your manuscripts. What bad was that rapper spit? Faster than flash added track me gets when I rapidly spit. Rappers get added to the trash heap when I'm babbling scripts. My chatter rougher than hashy tattoo. You're on clapping like clips. If you can stand up bullshit, demand bullets and plan improvements. I'm a man, but music is a metaphor for spastic movements in this vast collusion between consciousness to master truth. We live in alkalizes, laws and holographic past the futures, but we lose the data like it was contained in crash computers. But that's cool, cause these dudes ain't saying nothing that's unheard of, just gun murders. But when it goes down for real, you're a stunned observer. That's gangster, right? Get a clue. Unless you're J.C.on Taylor, the game ain't the life for you. Cause it's one rule I learned was starting out. When it comes to real shit, what you do, you don't talk about. I got a great one. Yeah.
16 bars of madness. Mahtie Bush, I kill them all, nigga.
Sicker than an STD, so why you testing me? Lyrical rhymes like Culture Rate will make the cipher complete. Heaven or hell beside me, Anakin and Darth Vader. So my reign couldn't be tracked by Doppler radar. Change the forecast, you must want a toe tag. Lyrically cold bad, whoop your ass like your old dad. Cause I ain't got the patience. This is an experiment like scientists with test tubes and cattle mutilation. Beef cannot be settled with arbitration. Where I'm from, you can get shot just for your own affiliations. Just for your information, my niggas pop red and blue pills like the Reneo stuck up in the Matrix. High flying rotations and orchestrated abbreviations. Tell your English teacher that she ain't related. And if you wanna be a hardhead, give you a hard bed. Where the carpet is dirt, soil is your armrest. Yo, I got a great one. I got a great one. Tell your favorite rapper to quit selling crack to you on tracks. I got a great one. That motherfucker really doesn't do that. I got a great one. This is Super Smash Brothers, bitch. Orderly. I got a great one for ya.
Yo, Ospis. Yeah. That's a funky beat. I feel so good, I think I'ma just come off the head with this. Yo.
It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. But even that is the not foes and rivals. It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. That's what we strive for with open mics and live shows.
They say time flows, I say time doesn't exist. When it's time to bust rhymes, I got your mind clutching my fist and I'm thin to squeeze. They say I got neurotic tendencies. Like Mr. Please, you ought to seek professional help. Nah, I catch rep for myself. I looked in the cards, it's your death that was dealt. Like aces and eights to the base in this place. Face it, you're a disgrace, so make haste. Out of my face, kid, otherwise get wasted. I got the flavor of love, you can taste it. My Uzi weighs a ton if you dare to weigh it. And even philosophers could not relate this way that I'm dropping words to. Ospis beats with odd scriptures, and it all just meets at the intersections of rhythm, which is heaven when given to entities manifested on earth. And we were driven to the struggle for all that it's worth, but we were intended to learn from it, not burn from it. But the truth hurts, so a lot of folks turn from it.
It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. But even that is the not foes and rivals. It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. That's what we strive for with open mics and live shows.
I'm spectacular when I spit matching words. Kids clap murmur, his rap superb. Actually, yes, cause it has to be fresh. Can't see your test, I stampede the West. Sorta like Buffalo when I'm busting flows. People better take cover in your bungalow. Get you open like a prison butthole, bro. You should know not to test like you can't trust Popo. Cause they lying as they're taking your rights. This is a battle, but are you sure you should be staking your life on the outcome? Cause I'm not to be outdone. I got a gift for speech and a beard like Malcolm X. And I'm tired of the nonsense. I grab a microphone with goals set to accomplish. Yes, and I catch wreck on phonics. Got you hooked on, look mom, both hands. Sorta like Conan when I swing my battle axe. So biters catch foam in their mouth from rabbit traps. How you gonna see me when your third eye got cataracts? It's the riddle of the Sphinx, wanna live, answer fast.
It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. But even that is the not foes and rivals. It's the Levi's, you know we keep it tribal. The rhyme book that we bring is the Bible. It's about elevating more than just survival. That's what we strive for with open mics and live shows.
This ridiculous steez is an epiphany to any witness who sees. Spit with intensity, flip instrumental beats, sorta like a flapjack. I'm so abstract, I abstain from ASCAP. And all that nonsense you stay on, I'm past that. I let the wheels keep turning for your lab rats. You ain't going nowhere, just running your feet. Me, I stay busy, hustling beats, snuffing the beef. You should trust me, capiche? Cause I take sudden leaps while you shuffle your feet. You're no trouble to me, you're barely even an obstacle. Honestly, all your rhymes are irresponsible. Give me something intelligent, a topical. I see a lot of Joes that should just not flow. What's this? The Apollo is an amateur night? A lot of dudes don't even know how to stand with a mic. It's like relationships, they can't handle it right. So when they get a chance to spit, it's just scams and spite. I understand why you're mad at life because you're whack. Why don't you do yourself a favor and hand that mic back?
It's hardcore. The streets is war. It's war, poverty, property, drugs, crime, teenage pregnancy, gang violence, terrorism. We the prompt suspects on this planet, prison. Whether you is or you isn't Islamic, the NSA is still taping your combos, and I promise they don't do it for national security interests. This is nonsense, and this concept's totally contradictory. You know your enemy like you know yourself. Now that's the business. This is the art of war. Painted like satellite images, graffiti on the wall. Attacking your block with crooked cops and condominiums, super malls, rule laws, eyes on every corner. Spies water their front lawn, waving you high in the morning, liable to be an informant. Even the guy next to you, he could be working for him. National Guards on the border, helicopter sweeps over apartment. No habeas corpus, just some space from some autos that'll split open your corpus, put you in a coffin, and have you dragged off by militarized police force.
It's hardcore when you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone. It's hardcore. When you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone.
Early 80s Cali raised me, sprayed heat, laced streets with hate and beef. Cocaine makes grief, baked it breaks men, takes in the Hades. Making ends is gravy, the West was wide open. I seen niggas die hoping, still high off endorphins, feeling no pain from fatal wounds. Kids with pale dreams deal with bail to make them true. Gangsters can be gays or Jews, but they don't make the news cause they're the gatekeepers. In our haste to do our busyness, we make leaders out of lunatics. The movement relates to you no matter who you with, cause we're all a part of this. Whether the hunt is for heretics, witches, terrorists, or communists, and pairs kids with competent thoughts within, leave them lost in a wasteland of options. Mock the dropping gems, we need uncommon sense just to not pretend to be harder pimps. Is it the God within our money trust, or a false one crafted to lead dummies fucked with honeys, guns, and bucks?
It's hardcore when you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone. It's hardcore. When you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone.
Low this dusty stress and artificial interdependence. Pause not people, certified soldiers for combat who don't care if they come back. Barcode device, computer chipped in place, logically advanced superhumans with half a brain, remote control robots, killing machines. Convinced children the enemy is evil with coverage of chaos and also carnage. But I wonder if they all bought it. These flag rubbers stick of band-aids and patriotic parades and flags wave, afraid of assassination, full speed ahead to destructive devastation. One nation under a madman. 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 You can't kill Congress with kindness. Liver spineless snakes in the grass and erase an exclamation. Making my mark on music for revolutionists. Who you with when it gets sticks? So road your clips before they rush in your cribs in front of your kids. Don't act brand new. You know what it is. It's hardcore.
When you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone. It's hardcore. When you live in a war zone, your heart gets torn. When you live in a war zone, your faith gets lost. When you live in a war zone, from Darfur to California, we live in a war zone.
From the city of the slept on, straight from the Necronomicon, I'm weighing all my options on the death of the sun. So kiss morality goodbye, it gives way to hedonism. Excuse my cynicism, our leaders practice Satanism.
These facts when taken in can send minds into tailspins, constrained by the hate within, rhyme and reason failing. In time we be compelled in decomposition, sets and socially. These oppositions boxed in like the gift's supposed to be.
Yo, Zed's dead, instead I spread divinity's breath, full speed ahead. Corn fed, cattle bred, and slaughtered by the watershed. Cold around like Corazon, raised to be a blind believer, playing follow the leader with the principal deceiver.
When controllers meager, men send forth the reaper like Yahweh to commit, so I guess Exodus is here. And death is just as near along with this fellow horseman, embracing us with the long arms of law enforcement.
Legislative loopholes pinned by men without scruples, shades of gray with dark secrets, so it's not so simple. The forked tongues as serpents sing whispers on the wind. Since the beginning, our history's been rewritten by men.
And even the ones who've been worshipped as God can be frauds, trying to make the G's up a case of another great cause for which fate caused them, so they mistake laws, trying to ixnay all knowledge of their mistakes and flaws.
But I see through the facade with this 2020 vision, and I follow gut feelings and heed my intuition. Those who know don't need to speak, and those who don't won't listen. So many self-proclaimed sages lack the context of wisdom.
There's no time to nap or wait. See, some try to map fate ahead of their time rate. And this divine escape from the grimy path is great. Tired of crack and hate, and that black crime inflates.
Music is my drug, it sedates, elevates my mental mind states with endorphins and creates.
Yo, we innovate with every moment we're awake and make lyrics similar to lakes, ready for whatever awaits. See, the tongue likes the taste, but I break from the bait and enhance to locate to a remote place where I go and wait, meditate and get baked off the drawing grapes and create flows that make people gape. I learned early on, nobody can teach you the way we each must pave until the day we are the worm's feet in the peace of the grave.
We will never cease resisting this slave system. The wall, our backs against them. Nothing prevents them from killing me and my crew. On the internet and my PC, we live eternally, eternally.
This is the next chance in my continual branch. It's similar to plants or a pillar in the stance, cause balance will enhance your ability to dance. And some wanna reach the top, but all they got is a ramp, while others at the peak are speaking at them like ants. Even when they get close, they're screaming out avalanche. Crap their pants over happenstance. Now they flashing like pans, but ain't fast with their hands, so they get mad, but they can't do anything about the events happening to them. It's stupid and sad how we bleed like a girl on a rag, and we still haven't been freed like some rats in the lab, fed for a dreaded experiments on another's behalf, which is a dead-end experience, and it covers the mass like a mask, not even knowing we're in the last class. And that's that. Mike Jordan in the winning class. Fire! Does it mean to be honorable and honest when the whole world only comments on what's bought or sold and flaunts its ill-gotten wealth? It's real cause of hell to manifest from Africa to Afghan cliffs. Whose plan is this and when was the scam and set in the motion? The steel's coffin pelts man with surreal offerings is calamitous. Examine the motions of why we often know whether it was humility or helplessness we felt. We had to get to know him, and it's sad cause now we're all friends.
Our emotions we show them. When we rip rhymes we throw them. Sow them in our minds and souls. We throw them, let them loose when we blow. Alone or at a sold out show. Solo or with a crew of 46 and 2. We all ready to let lines spew. I am the sparrow that flew over the cuckoo's nest. I am the arrow that flew into Custard's chest. Said I am the arrow that flew into Custard's chest. Build a pale horse.
To fight for what is right.
But we're told to stay the course.
Ridiculous sound.
Infinite substance, he succumb, some substitute, some slum, slip, sister, schisms, street shark, slither, silent, siren, sinister, seduction, subliminal, subversion, subjunction, shrapnel slices, soul sad, surprises, squander, socialist, social sick, systematic symptoms, salivate, seeing sustenance, salads evade, swap spaghetti sentences, structure, semiconductor, succor, suck, serid, succubus, scourge, sacramental sources, sets and swerves, semantically side-swapping suckers, sought solitude successfully, slop, solids, blue, stretching sheet, scintillating, sickle, shredding sheet, simple, selective sex, so sheep slumber, suspecting something, submerged, subterranean, some sleep, seen shit sweet, summer sleep, slick, sweaty, sick streets, bit sleep, slaughter, slovenly, specters, submit synaptics, synoptic, scriptural, synopsis, sack, swit, sword, said, strict, stutter, stunner, septics and sutter, slipper, slapping, synthetic, sugar, sipping, slackers, scimitar, scars, sickly, snappers, savage, status, staring, sarin, Shaquille, size, syringes, shatter, spraying, sibilant, syllable, sapper, sack, shooting shards, subduing stars, successive, smash, salted, sludge, seasoned, suspect, selected, sap, slept, soon, skeptic, should say, sun, sack, Shrek, super smashing sets.
Now, as ridiculous as some things may sound, there comes a time of desperation when no one's looking that you will give the ridiculous a try. Needless to say,
Cotty Wampus, cotton potty mouth, applauded gaudy prophets, game bond, godly prophets. Tell me what my vision is. I think rowdy got it, and they live, but my shades stay invisible. They still reveal the innermost principles of phenomena to which I'm exposed. What's the difference between friends and foes? They're intense energy events to get us to grow. Just so you know, all of it comes down to how you call it, but there's a difference between having knowledge and really getting it. We have to learn to just submit in a sense of staying relaxed enough to restate the facts and touch a different aspect of whatever issues acting up. In other words, creativity creates solution. Weakness in dealing with deep shit leads us to retribution. Violence is the manifest failure of man to imagine. No, I can't handle it, so I smash them. Raise my hands when I feel backed in to a corner, but I wonder what would happen if I started laughing or maybe performing my tracks then. Creating fans and friends instead of participating in a situation where somebody just gotta be a goner. Seeing that karma is real should feel scary. We carry the capacity to coincide with other lies, but we barely apply it. Instead we bury it, busy trying to hide it inside us, so it blinds us to tragedies, loneliness and apathy, or in fact disease, states of mind where we deny the reality that we see.
sound, 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 ridiculous sound, ridiculous sound, ridiculous sound, sound.
Yeah. EnsiteNonStop, self-mastery project, the people's revolution. Yeah. This is a journey through consciousness, emanating from Sacramento. Yeah. I came from a place farther than the farthest far, fathered by the darkest star. This marks a scar. I started marred, now I get applause for retarded bars. This is the cause that martyred God's prophets. A lot lost it and got frosted hearts and caught charges or got shot at cars. Sometimes I wanna find a nice spot on Mars to build a glass castle. Tired of being harassed by assholes with plots so large. Adam's apple was bought from abroad on the way to pay a visit to a goth narcoleptic chick. He knew that he could get what he wanted and he dreaded it, so we threw reality away in favor of duality. The reciprocal of false and true is a fallacy, because only the truth can really exist. But still we get a grip on some weird mirage, digging a highway to hell and still think that we're near to God. but where's the love? If the way don't embrace truth in life, don't claim to do for Christ, cause you ain't making movements right. God is all of the above, but most of all, He's in each of us. So just shut up and listen and He'll teach you stuff. But we need a bunch of distractions and noise, so when it reaches us, we don't notice it. So we live with rigor mortis gifts, wars and rifts between wars and mix in the poor and rich, for which is which, when the humble have the best friends and the others sacrifice them in the never-ending quest for ends. In the USA, we blame Mexicans who moved away to make checks to send to the family they're living for, convinced life can give them more. Missing kids' first words, working the scorched earth, giving short worth, and yet they're the source of hurt for the people that exploit them. Damn, I never realized the poor was so important. It doesn't say much for the men who claim to lead us. We believe that what we need is greed and lust, so when they feed us the feces, we eat it up and enjoy it too, smacking our lips while the old witch pours a brew and holds it towards you. It's your world, choose, drink or refuse. Believe it or not, it's life's most important move, cause it's the meaning. I contemplate on what I'm seeing in spite of conventional wisdom, which just believes in the five senses that lies influence. Time's limitless, derived, I've been through it. This is just subjectivity, but it's such a rush in this clutch fistful of infinity. Believe in the phenomenon of death makes life elite, and we relinquish these bodies when they outlive their warranty. Then our unique light matrix shape shifts out of the nano machine, calling it you replacing as an ancient creation. Babies or sages, information is distilled over time into an output of our will, so what we feel inside becomes real. And that's why it's said that with God's reflection, we have broad discretion. We make the laws and prod the questions, but over time we warp things from probing to controlling. So look forward to seeing omens and other horror things. I see the future in my morbid dreams and heard the screams of earth revenge for her murdered seas. Because we didn't take the words and heed, we made them make-believe. So now instead of facing fate, we flee, immersed in luxury, convinced that we're living comfortably, but we fucked our seeds. So what's our legacy really gonna be? Is the technology legitimate if it's not sustainable? Listen in, I'm not trying to make your brain explode, but it's odd to me how we claim to know a whole range of nifty tricks, but we still don't really understand our rain changes, know what light is and how it works when it's the source of energy for everything that's now on earth. We think crystals are playful, crate loads of diamonds as African states explode in violence. Quartz in our radios and watches, the crystals make clocks tick, improve our thoughts can make water toxic. But what the bleep do I know? A little something about fluorides ties to mind control, but nothing about how ley lines describe the globe's intrinsic life energy. And I don't know why, the time will expose the strokes of clearer vision from the smoke and mirrors drinking. The country's now run by the folks who steered Nixon, but now they're honest crooks. Nah, they straight out of a comic book. One fateful day the Joker murdered Batman, and now Robin shook. We fall for jokes like we walked on two peg legs. The gas you paid for just bought a grenade today, and who knows when it'll sail your way. Hell, we just fought Saddam and he was dropping bombs he bought in our annual sale in '88, playing for these crazy states. The goal is global genocide. I think we're just about there, following religion's lies. The Semites of all types begin to die, and the masses too dumb to understand, so they're not scared, saying that smells good as they begin to fry. So we'll let my pen fly, but my mama always said, say something nice and nothing at all, so I'ma end this rhyme. Peace. That's how we do it. Sacramento.